Hello all, welcome to On the Mic. Today we are going to discuss about US bonds. Question to the audience. Do you think US bonds are surviving or having the same shine? Please think and answer this question. I'll give you a small hint. The recent 30-year-old bond treasury auction did not go well, and there were no foreign central banks who participated or lifted this particular 30-year long-term treasury bond. So, question to the audience, what does it say? Okay, I'll give you the answer. It clearly indicates that foreign central banks are showing lesser interest in the long-term US treasury bonds, considering the economy and the way the current US administration is behaving. They are little bit more focused or like indulging in buying in short-term treasury notes ranging between 30 days to 2 years, but towards the long term, I think definitely there is a decline. Okay, so what is the second factor that is also driving this? The gold and silver prices have skyrocketed last 6 to 8 months. Any particular reason? Same. All the central banks started to disinvest in dollar and started buying gold and silver as their alternate currencies. So technically, there are only two safe havens for anyone to hedge. One is gold, one is dollar. Given last 2 3 years, what has happened post Ukraine war, I think everyone slowly started cutting their reserves down on the US dollar. So why the 30-year treasury bond now the auction is not that great for the US government? Because no one wanted to invest or take that long term calls on the US treasury bond market. The reason being the great turmoil, and everyone is fearing like tomorrow if someone comes and says that they are going to freeze the dollar account, so all the investment will go for a toss. That's one thing. So what is other problem that US is facing currently? Between 70 to 75 days, US government is accruing $1 trillion as a debt. So what they are doing with $1 trillion, they have to pay the interest. Like people who have invested in the treasury bonds, treasury securities and all, on an average, US government have to pay them $1 trillion every 70 to 75 days. Do you think the story stopped at that particular point? No. By the end of 2025, there were 9 trillion treasury bonds or securities that were due to mature. So effectively by the end of Jan, close to US government has to pay close to $9 trillion. The bigger question is that who are holding this $9 trillion? Is any foreign central bank there or foreign investors there, or it is the local domestic players like the big investment banks? If it is like the big investment banks, I think they know how to manage it, making it a book entry sort of a thing, a give and take sort of a thing. But if it is the foreign central banks and government have to pay, I think then it's a serious problem. Nevertheless, it's definitely not that great situation for dollar, and central banks cutting down the reserves of dollar. Like I think the reserves of earlier it was like 45 to 50%, and now the reserves have come down, I would say, by another 12 to 13% across all the central banks, and every central bank wanted to keep gold as an hedge factor. So we have to wait and see. 1 year has gone with this particular current administration did not perform that well with the economy, although they claim that they have earned a lot of money because of the tariffs and all. And today I believe there is a judgment with regards to the tariff. But I hope they pull their socks and work something good for 2026 so that the economy and the dollar should improve. And it brings back the same set of confidence so that everyone can invest in treasury bonds and treasury securities, not only domestically but also by the foreign central bank. So I will leave today's topic at this point of time. So request audience also to think why gold and silver prices zoomed all of a sudden, and One more thing before I leave. Whatever US has done in Venezuela, is it something to divert the attention because they have got lot of financial problem now? We never know. See you all. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye for now.